Of the Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament of 2021. This is azder versus MightyCaesar37. Unfortunately, both of these runners have lost on round 1. We'll see who comes out on top. Yes, so for this race we have one runner's agreement, which is that charge beam is going to be shuffled, which is fun. Can't wait for that. So I guess when they're ready to go, we can just start the race. Not much to say in the meantime. Just good luck to both of them. In other news, I'm eating 2-day-old pizza. And the race is on. Okay, immediately we start with an early alcove. Caesar had some trouble at first. And there's space jump. Nice. Vanilla space jump. I'm sorry I'm having internet connection issues. I'm trying to fix it. Alright, sorry. I'm back. So, entering Shozo Ruins, we can already get Spider Ball early. Interesting. And also Morph Ball and Grapple Beam immediately. Okay, so Caesar here is checking the vault. That's a missile inside, I think. Meanwhile, azder is making their way to Nursery. Let's check what the item is. I didn't see it very well. Asda's going to be what? Oh, that looks like a nothing item. Yeah. So Hive Mecha has a nothing item, which is, well, honestly, I'd say it's pretty balanced, seeing all the major items we found in the first two areas of the game. As to warp him back to start. Yeah, so I'm not sure why Caesar went to Magmore for a second, but they're back. Yes, so not having any missiles, they don't have that many ways to go, actually. I can only go right here in Chozo, where Asda's going. Behind the ship, that's a missile, which means Caesar now has missiles. And it looks like Asda is looking for missiles, like looking for a missile launcher somewhere, but I don't think they checked behind the ship to see what the item was. I'm guessing they are going there to check. Oh, that's the first artifact for Caesar. Crash site. Yes, so Asta's checking the map, which probably means they either forgot or don't want to check behind the ship. And Caesar's making their way to the artifact temple to check the hints. Okay, Asda finally gets their missile launcher. And heads into a frigate crash site, which should reward them with an artifact. And while they are behind Caesar, strictly speaking, they're not too far behind. That's another missile in the artifact temple. Yeah, so Asda's trying to reach the artifact. Caesar's getting the hints. Yeah, okay, Asda's given up on getting the artifact, it seems. And Asda's now checking the hints. Ruined Shrine, Fiery Shores, Watery Hall Axis, Storage Cavern, Burn Dome, and that's it. Okay. Asta's now going to the artifact temple as well. And Caesar's going back. So Caesar's here in Brute Cave, checking the item in here behind the invisible platform, so that's another missile. There's also a free item down here, which hopefully is going to be something useful. No, nothing. Weird seed. Okay, so both are going back to Chozo more or less at the same time, though Asda did give up on getting that first artifact. So that's going to put them behind later on. Okay, that was an interesting placement for Charge Beam. So now we know where it is, we do have it. That's the first artifact for Asda. And the second for Caesar. Okay, so that's an E-Tank and Nursery. Yeah, still no bombs or power bombs. And in Gallery, that's another E-Tank. Without bombs, we can't check the tunnel. So that's still a mystery. And Caesar is heading to Hive Mecca right now. Meanwhile, Asda is going into Watery Hall, getting their second artifact. Right, so they may or may not check underwater. I think they're running pretty low on health, so they probably don't want to take that risk. Okay, that was a pretty early super missile. Now they can check the tree, among other things. Unfortunately, they can't check Dynamo. I think that's Dynamo. Oh, Azder is going underwater. And okay, that's a missile underwater. Yeah, coming out with 25 health. Yeah, so Asda is going to save, get their health back. Get out. Okay. This is also saving. Okay, Caesar gets the artifact in Tree Hall Axis. Okay, Asda is checking the tree which contains the Morph Ball bomb. Okay. Okay, so that actually opens up a few checks we haven't been able to access up until this point. I think Asda's going to head to Rune Shrine and get the item there. Opting not to get the E-Tank in Nursery. Checking Gallery. And going into the Tunnel Gallery, which contains nothing. Great. That's the first E-Tank for Asda. That's going to make it a bit easier. But yeah, with bombs, next stop should be any one of the other places that required them, which would be Ruined Shrine, among some other. Also, welcome to SpeedGaming 4 with a party of 128 people. This is the Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament for 2021. We're at round 2, and these are azder and MightyCaesar37. The Caesar's also got bombs now, and immediately checking Ruined Shrine, which holds a missile. Asda checks Vault and decides to go back. Yeah, a Vault contains a missile. Okay, Asda's climbing up the back to Flagra, which doesn't seem like a terrible idea. So today we're actually going to see backwards flagger, which is just very, very relaxing. Caesar's actually going out of their way to get the tank here in nursery. Meanwhile, Azder is, I think, trying to get some missiles. Okay. Opens up the passage, and they can now go to Flagra. Go backwards. Caesar got there nothing from gallery. Oh, and that's unfortunate as the falls off. Okay. Alright, that's it for Asda. We're gonna see backwards Flagra soon. And let's also go back and do the ghosts afterwards. Sure. Yes. So, yeah, Asda just missed a jump there. Alright, there. Alright, that's a missile at the top here. Caesar's going back to Watering Hall to check Dynamo. I'll ask that just massacres a poor defenseless plant. Okay. As for upper dynamo, that's gravity. Okay. Great. That's nice. That actually limits the time we have to see Varia's suit. Nice. That was definitely interesting. Two suits in the same room. What are the odds? Oh, Flagra's dead. We'll see what drops. Meanwhile, Caesar is going to Zoid. Let's see what Zoid holds. Oh, that's a Visor. Okay, that's an Eton off to the side. Yeah, so Azder is opting to do the ghosts. With X-ray visor, it should actually be a bit easier to do them. Other than okay, there we go. Carefully using supers. Okay, Zoid is defeated, and that's an artifact. Yeah, right. I never remember what's the name of this room. It's the Burn Dome. So this seed is actually, this seed has actually been pretty generous with its. We have yet to find a single beam. Though we do have a number uh, of major items that will come in quite handy. For example, with Varia and Grapple, they could explore Magmore and Magma Pool. Though for Magma Pool, they do need Power Bomb. They do need at least one Power Bomb, and ideally Wave Beam. As is opting to go to Magmore, even though they don't have Varia yet. Okay, Caesar's checking Upper Furnace here. That looks like a missile. And now going back to Lower Furnace. Okay, so it seems that Asda's trying a Hell Run. I guess checking the item in there. I didn't get a very good look at it. Yeah, so they took a death just to see what the item was. Not sure why they're saving again. I wasn't watching when Caesar went into Lower Furnace. I guess that was an E-Tank? They have 3 now, I think that was an E-Tank. Unless I missed something earlier, or just forgot. Okay, was it? Yeah, I think, yeah, the E-Tank, I think, was in the side room, the Zoid. I'm sorry. Okay, so Caesar's climbing up, which means that Okay, so that was a pretty nice uh, climb of the tree as they did there. Caesar is taking a lot of damage from the water here, though I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Azder is just now going back to Watery Hall and Dynamo to collect their 2 suits. Okay, and meanwhile Caesar's defeated Flygrim, so they're about to get their X-ray visor. Alright, that's Barry Faster, and immediately swapped it out for gravity. Nice. Okay, TGC in chat saying Triclops Pit might be progression. We'll see. Season's also doing the ghosts. After getting additional missile expansion. Oh, I see. X-ray is logically required to reach the item in Triclops Pit. Alright. Yeah, so X-ray and thermal aren't actually needed, but yeah, logic. Like, they're logically needed unless you activate certain tricks, I think? Not sure. Person to ask, unfortunately. Asta's fighting Zoid and Caesar just finished up fighting Ghosts. Yeah, so that was the tank inside there. Okay, I think Caesar is heading to Magmore for good now. So I guess we'll soon see if Triclops Pit is actually a major item. Meanwhile, Asta just got their 3rd artifact from Zoid. Yes, exactly. Just like the TGC said, even though the visors aren't actually physically required to actually reach the items, since logic puts the visor into the picture, by getting the visor, if you see the visor, you can start to you can speculate. You can think, well, maybe. So if the game is giving me this visor, it might mean that there's something important in one of the places that that logically require this item. For example, last time I commentated on one of these races. The game gave the runners gravity suit, wave beam, and thermal visor pretty early on, which so we thought that something important would be in frigate, and it ended up being there. So you can pretty accurately guess what the game wants you to do based on the items it gives you, even if you don't need them. And that's Boost Ball. So, right, since the game has given us Boost Ball, we can speculate that there's something. We can guess that could be something important in Warrior's Shrine. In this case, it was just missiles, though it never hurts to check. I'm not sure why. Caesar chose not to go in and get the item at the bottom. Oh, right. Needs power bombs. I almost forget about that. My bad. Azder's about to get their 4th artifact. Alright. And Caesar's at Phendrana. Checking the item in there. Oh, that was a beam. So we are going to be getting plasma soon enough. Looks like it. If that was wave, then yeah, in wave is plasma locked. No, you don't need flamethrower, you just need plasma. Okay, that's power bombs. Also, I'm sorry. Can anyone else see a weird, bubbly, burning effect on Caesar's stream? Because I've been looking at it for a while now. It bugs me so much. Okay. There's flamethrower. See, it was very important to get in here. Oh, an eye tracker. Oh my. Yeah, that was the last artifact, actually, for Caesar. And Asda's about to get boost ball. Yeah, also going to Phendrana straight away, so they're probably going to be getting their power bomb soon. Okay, now we have Plasma, which means we can now get Wave, which opens up a number of new opportunities. Yeah, so to get to the end of the game, you do need every beam and phase on suit. You need every beam because you need them to fight EXO, the first phase of the final boss, which, you know, changes phases, changes beams. You need to use that beam to even damage it. You need phase on in the last section, so you can actually use hyper mode, deal damage to Essence. Yes, Asda saw that wave locked behind Plasma, so they'll be getting their hands on it soon enough. Speaking of wave, there goes Caesar. So Caesar, now armed with Wave Beam, can also go see the item She-Goth is... A She-Goth is guarding. Oh, fell off there. So let's see what's down here. Alright, that's an E-Tank. Nice one. Yes, so after collecting PBs, after going back in here, about to get the plasma beam. And so I missed it, but apparently Caesar checked the She-Goth arena and saw that the item wasn't worth it. Okay, so as was first getting the flamethrower. Okay, I think that's a missile in the White House. And that's plasma beam for Asda. Good. So now they can also go back to Phendrana. Get their wave beam. Okay, that's a good amount of E-tanks to work with. Pretty safe. Okay, let's check the canyon. I couldn't see that. Apparently, it was worthless. Okay, let's check in here. Ice spreader. That could come in handy during the exo fight. Okay, that's wave beam for azder. Okay, Caesar saving. And presumably venturing into the labs. Yeah, there we go. What kind of sadistic sociopath would want to see vanilla phase on? Yeah, chat. Pretty accurate. Okay, Asda's also entering the labs right behind Caesar. Yeah, Asda's managed to more or less catch up to Caesar. Right, going up to the tower. Dodging the trigger for the fight. And knocking the tower over. There we go. Nicely done. And there's Ice Beam. That's good. At least when they do reach the end of the end of the labs, they won't have to go all the way back. So yeah, this seed is also going to be phase on go mode, as is pretty much tradition at this point. I mean, it's much more likely that's going to be phase on. Yeah, so being that we're looking for phase on right now, and that's the last item we need, this seed has been pretty quick so far. Oh, unfortunately, Asda was not able to dodge the trigger here. And that's going to be some time wasted. Okay, that's a missile in the room, so we don't have to actually get it, which is very nice. Well, no, they don't need thermal. Thermal isn't strictly needed. It obviously helps a bit during the final boss, during the last phase, but you don't actually need it to deal damage to the boss itself. You can find it with the scout visor. As the funnel gets that ice beam, climbing up here, slowly, trying over and over until they get it right. Okay, they've given up. There we go. Nice. Yeah, also, that climb, I don't think that climb was actually needed. Like, they had grapple at Power Bomb expansion. Okay, that's Mitzel. So, yeah, Caesar's going underwater for this one. Yeah, we'll see what's in the gravity chamber. Could you imagine if it's phased on? I'd be broken. Yeah, no, unfortunately, that's nothing important. Venturing deeper into the caves, we Alright, we emerge over here, climb up. Yeah, unfortunately, Phazon can be pretty much anywhere in the game, which means it's definitely more likely than other items to be placed in phase-on mines, even deep phase-on mines, which is annoying, of course. I am so sorry. Not even for any tank, just nothing. You get a slap in the face. Okay, I don't know if Caesar is just going to check the room here to the side, or they're actually going to fight Thardas. Yeah, you see, Caesar's acting like they don't have grapple, which is just, I don't know. Oh, yep, they are doing Thardas. Here we go. Yeah, Dash is cooler. Dash is cooler, definitely. Yeah, they are faster, but they can be a bit risky sometimes. Look, I just feel sorry for poor Grapple doing its best. Oh wow, randomizing the weak rocks on Thardas. I imagine that would take more work than it's worth it. Like more work than it's worth, maybe. Yeah, and now that I know that eye tracker is an eye tracker, I can definitely see that it's pretty funny. You can see.
Secret tunnel.
Okay, Asta is going into the reflection pool. So I think they might check frigate. Oh wow, that was some. I heard some cracking, some crackling there. Well, that's better than nothing. All right. Caesar's going back to Magmore. Meanwhile, Azder is checking behind here. Yeah, deciding it might actually be better to get some missiles in the meantime. Oh, attempting skip here. Meanwhile, Caesar is checking plasma processing. Plasma processing is a weird room. Sometimes it contains literally nothing. Sometimes it contains progression. It's weird. It logically requires every morph ball upgrade and ice beam. Oh, good. Azder did manage to pull off the skip there and got a missile expansion, unfortunately, for their troubles. Now, Caesar's having some trouble with the jump here. Alright. What? Okay, there we go. That looks like... yeah, that's nothing. Unfortunate. And Azder is venturing into Phazon mines. Yeah, that was too bright to be Phazon. This game still looks pretty good. Looks very nice. Yeah, you can. You can do what Caesar did. Yeah, welcome to the party. I didn't even know that was an eye tracker. I thought my monitor was burning. Chris, please don't call it. Don't call it, okay? There's phase on. Okay, so Caesar's officially in go mode. We can just go. Pretty quick seed. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, phase on is the most likely item to be in phase on mines. Just somewhere in phase on mines. Of all the checks. Oh, that's thermal. Hello to Polar Bear Bunny and their party of 8. This is Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament. We're at round 2, and we have Azder here versus MightyCaesar37. Oh yeah, so about the maze here, the electric maze. Apparently you don't actually have to do it anymore. Um, like, it seems that it's been fixed. The bug has been fixed, so you can just leave and be pretty sure that you're not going to crash. So that's good. Yeah, unfortunately, Asda is taking the long route, which is going to uh, not be very nice to see. Yeah. Okay, and Caesar's at Ridley. Hopefully, we're going to see a nice boost ball skip. Yeah, they're preparing. There we go. There, beautiful. And there goes Ridley. There we are at the impact crater. Climbing up the dentist office. Pretty smoothly. There we go. There's Exo. Hello. Ah. There's more crackling. Alright, using some supers on the power phase. Yeah, audio is pretty bad on Caesar's stream. I'm not sure why. Okay, that was the first phase. Power. Ow. Not sure if they got this type or not. Yeah, like, Caesar's audio isn't perfect, but I don't think it's off, actually. I don't think it's that off. I was listening to the shots from the ice beam earlier. I think they were pretty accurate. Can't believe Azder's fighting a Mega Pirate. It's just gonna sting so much when they see where Phazon Suit is. That's gonna be awful. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so that was just a miss-up. I'm sorry, Asda. Meanwhile, Caesar has just finished Exile, heading into Essence. So yeah, unless Caesar dies and their power goes out and their computer explodes, I feel pretty confident saying they'll win. I'm so sorry, Asta. I hope they didn't forget where the first artifact was. I'd like to take just one moment to say how much I love the fact that every visor has its own interface. Well, there goes Essence. Caesar wins. GG to Caesar. If they want to join us, they can. There we go. Hey Caesar. So, how was it?
It was alright. Wasted a good bit of time looking for Phazon suit, but
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Asda unfortunately wasted even more time.
I can see the restream now, and it looks like
Yeah,
he only got it recently.
Asda went all the way through mines and fought Omega Pirate.
Oh, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're heading back to get the last artifact, which is the first one you got, actually. The
The
one
thermal was in vent shaft. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an alright exo fight for me, but the Essence fight was a bit all over the place, even considering the missing visor.
Yeah, well, could have been worse.
Yeah, I could have died.
Yeah. Overall, pretty quick seed.
I'm
Just a
fairly happy
bit-
with my routing overall.
Yeah.
The only real mistake was going to far Phendrana and checking plasma processing. Oh, and at the very beginning, when I forgot that I needed missiles to unlock the save station at the beginning of Magmore, so I could save warp out, so I
Yeah.
wasted a couple rooms.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, the start of the seed in particular was interesting. It was weird. Oh right, are you playing on an emulator or an actual
I'm on
console?
Nintendo.
Yeah, because I remember this graphical glitch where the results screen goes grayscale from
Like, it's not even
another
that it
time.
actually is grayscale, it's that it's like the way that I think it's a couple of things, like the scan rate and the deinterlacing that really causes that to show up.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's supposed to glow and flicker a bit, but through Nintendo, it seems to just say, you know, screw it, and just goes grey for a few frames.
Yeah. Or at least appears to. It doesn't look like that on my actual screen, for one thing.
I'm sure it doesn't. It's just Nintendo's problem. That's just how it appears on the screen here.
Yeah.
Actually,
Actually, it would be an OBS problem in that case.
I'm sorry. Your timer is running again.
Oh. I accidentally pressed a hotkey.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you finished with a time of like 1:17 something.
1:18:03. My timer didn't start when the countdown started because the race time integration with live split doesn't always work perfectly, at least not for me. So I had to manually start it after I saw it. I started the game at the same time that it hit 0 on a race time timer, but there was like a 3 seconds desync or something like that.
I see. Okay, Azder has just defeated Ridley. Yeah, unfortunately they wasted a lot of time looking for Phazon. They were actually pretty close to you. They managed to catch up. That was just an unfortunate move. I was actually confused by your eye tracker for a bit. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought my monitor was going bad.
That would be an interesting way for the monitor to go bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Turquoise
just,
orb moving around randomly.
I mean, it didn't actually look turquoise. It looked more like just a bubble, which is pretty similar to the effect you get when if you try pressing your finger into the screen. And that's why
fair.
it's yeah, it was grey for us, and it just looked like a bubble with an outline.
Yeah, with the opacity and the color that I chose, it could definitely end up looking gray.
Yeah.
So, what, that was a 9-minute final bosses for me? That was right.
And that was fine. Oh, Asda just flipped off.
Oh, I just saw... That always hurts to see. The Metroids have no mercy.
Please, Azder, just use a power bomb. You don't need them anymore.
And the only thing Aster might need him for is Exo and yeah. Or not Exo, Essence. No, he has 4 power bombs.
Yeah, he has 4 out of 4. Yeah, see? Yeah, I mean, we heard. We could hear the Metroid starting to charge them. Did they save at the ship? I don't remember. I
Yeah,
think
Aster
they did. Yeah, I think they did, yeah. Yeah, I remember them going back to the ship. After
Yeah, there's
getting
never really a
lost
good
out
reason
back.
not to, unless you're already full, unless you already have basically full power bombs and missiles.
I think all we're saying here is, I guess we were worried they could lose some progress. So,
I would have flamethrowered Exo, but I didn't have enough missiles for that.
that went for just burns through missiles.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember if you used Ice Spreader.
No, I did not.
No, you didn't.
Didn't need to. I missed a single shot with Ice Beam the entire fight.
Yeah, yeah, you're pretty accurate.
The Ice Beam gods decided to bless me today. Because I basically never hit the shot when Exo's charging at me with the Ice Beam at least. But hey, worked out this time.
Yeah, also, something that was interesting about the seed was the beams. Beams were weird. They were all plasma locked.
Yeah, that was
And
definitely
plasma
interesting.
was PV locked.
Definitely one of the more interesting seeds I've had with the Randomania version of the Prime Randomizer. But I enjoyed it.
You've been using Back Prime's Randomizer, all right?
Yeah.
Do you
Probably
like
done well
the-
over 100 seeds with Bash's Randomizer. Only done like 10 with this one so far.
What do you think the new logic so far?
I don't like it quite as much as Bash's, like, got to near to the end of its lifespan. Most of the seeds, unless I turn on, like, random elevators and start, feel a bit too linear. So it kind of feels like it punishes doing any sort of attempts at sequence breaking or whatever else.
To have
But
a
that's the
more
thing that
interesting experience with Randomania, you might have to turn on some more advanced tricks.
Yeah. It kind of reminds... Randomania right now kind of reminds me of Bash's Randomizer, like, what, 8 months ago, I think? It was when it was front-loading a lot of seeds. Like with this, just... this particular seed getting Space Jump, Morph Ball, Spider Ball, Supers, bombs and charge beam just straight on after each other, and then with how close Varia and Gravity were as well, just
that was actually surprising. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a vanilla space jump on a randomizer.
First time I did was the last time I did was the first seed I ever tried playing. I made with Dash Prime's Randomizer, though that was a while ago. Oh yeah, we don't have shiny missiles in Pennsylvania.
Don't we have shiny missiles in the Echo side of Randomania?
I don't think so, no. At least, I've never seen one. Okay, after starting Essence. I've been seeing so much Prime 1 lately that I miss Echoes.
You miss Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for the Nintendo GameCube?
Why, yes, I do.
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, I mean, even today was supposed to be... today was the Echoes weekly race, so it didn't have a restream because the schedule was pretty full with, I think there's like 3 different tournaments going on right now. Okay, that's it for Azder.
Hey, GG Taster.
Right, so if they also want to join us, they should have been sent an invite.
That was a good Essence fight.
That was pretty quick. So GG to Azder.
I'm glad we got to spend some time with the Fusion Gravity suit, which is my favorite looking suit.
Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. Hey Azder.
Hello. GG.
GG.
GG. How was it?
It wasn't too bad. I got tripped up at the start because I couldn't figure out where missiles were. Because, like, whenever I see a missile or an E-tank in the landing site spot, I just kind of write it off as junk and I forget exactly what it is. So,
Oh yeah.
what the heck? There's no
Pretty
missile.
common actually. From what I've heard, it's actually pretty common.
I haven't had that happen before. Not where every single thing available is not a missile. So,
I mean, like,
I guess Ruined
it's a pretty
Fountain was
common
technically
practice.
available.
well, yeah, I don't know how to do that though.
Ah.
I was actually like, I started to think maybe it was required, so like I scanned the Ruined Fountain missile to see if it was like the missile launcher, and it wasn't. So I knew that wasn't what was expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
missile
didn't go
launcher
for
was
it
the one
either because
behind
I
the
didn't
ship.
know about it. Oh yeah, it had to have been the one behind the ship. There wasn't any other one that we would have had logical access to.
Yeah, it just took me too long to figure that out.
And Ruined Fountain is definitely not in logic.
Yeah, so I kind of routed pretty aggressively. Tried to not do things that were like kind of inefficient detours for one check kind of thing. And I really wanted the X-ray on Flagra to be useful, so I pushed the lower mines like a tiny bit harder than I might have otherwise. So like basically when I got Ice Beam and I was go minus phase on, I was like, okay, I've made like routing mistakes at the beginning and my execution is definitely worse. So I need to make like a big play to find phase on where it's like not really natural to route into it that way for him. So I was thinking, okay, maybe warp to start and check the parts of Chose that's behind Ice Beam that he might not get back to for a while. If he's gonna like just naturally go all the way and do far Phendrana, or go lower mines and hope that X-ray is required. So it turns out that if I had just like, I was also thinking of just like going straight to lower mines from Magmore Workstation from that save point, but I chose to do back of Chozo instead. And if I'd gone to mines from there, I would have found phase on suit immediately. So I wonder how much of a chance I would have had if I did that instead.
Yeah, so
Definitely would have been a lot closer, I think.
That's why I wanted to ask you, how did you feel when you saw phase on suit?
I was like, I was glad I found it because I could at least finish the seed. But yeah, I wasn't sure how to feel, so I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I thought I was pretty much done for when it wasn't on Omega, but I was like, maybe there's a possible way he could route that misses it. Maybe if he decides to do upper mines first, but I don't know.
Honestly, I know exactly how you felt with that. It's pretty much what seems to happen to me a lot when I race against Inner Slice, where I feel, okay, I need to make some interesting routing decision, and it usually just doesn't pay off for me either. So,
yeah,
definitely know the feeling.
Like you kind of have to make decisions that aren't supposed to statistically pay off. So, but I've done a lot of that in other randomizers, so I have some experience there, even if I don't have all that much experience actually playing the game.
I guess when you found phase on, the rage and relief kind of balanced each other off, and you ended up feeling nothing.
I wouldn't say it's rage. It's like I've done lots of randomizers. I know how it goes, but it was definitely like a little bit of kicking myself. Like, oh, if I'd just come here from Magmore, I would have had it right away. But like, I can't know that, and I still think I made the best plays that I could.
Okay.
Like, there were a couple things that I did that were playing it a bit safer than I might have in some other situations, because I know that like I have a bit more experience with a lot of the tricks, so I felt confident that if anything somewhat tricky came up, then I'd be able to get ahead a bit on it, that sort of execution. So I felt safe checking Thardus as well as some of the stuff in Far Phendrana and plasma processing. But other than that, like, trying to think of what I could have routed better, honestly, other than the very beginning of the game when I wasted some time trying to do a clever little warp to start thing without realizing I couldn't open the save station.
Which save station did you try to go to?
The one in right next to Lava Lake.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's like elevator ride, and then oh yeah, I need a missile.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I am not smart.
Actually went down there without Maria.
Tried to be clever, forgot I didn't have missiles.
That's something Azder did that was interesting in Lava Lake. I went down without Varia and just just saved and did a suicide run just to see what the item inside was.
Yeah,
I've done
because
that several times before. It can actually pay off quite a bit, that extra knowledge, especially if you don't find the area for a while.
you kind of hope it's nothing, but it's just the like lava lake doesn't route well into the magma run from the other direction.
Yeah, it's a
Lava Lake
bit.
doesn't route in well ever.
Yeah,
That's kinda true.
it's kind of just out there. It's kind of in a corner.
But with Warp to start, it actually, like, checking it does route in a bit better if you're coming from its
Yeah,
elevator.
with warp to start, you can flow into it a bit better in and out.
I have a lot of warp to start experience from Echoes. That's I'm a lot more experienced in that rando. So I thought it might be like an uncommon play that would help. I haven't actually seen somebody do that in one of these races yet. Warp to start's kind of new.
Yeah.
Yeah, warp to start was added to Randomania, so until like a month or two ago, it wasn't really something people took into account when running Prime 1.
It's still not something that people have really figured out a meta for the best use cases outside of if you have a vanilla starting location, just warping to start after you have all your artifacts.
Yeah,
A few days ago in another tournament race, the runners actually had an agreement to disable warp to start.
yeah. I've seen how that can go sometimes.
It definitely becomes more tedious to move around, but
It's like old style. I think most of the runners prefer it that way. I don't really have I don't really have Prime 1 competitive experience from before Warp to start, so I don't have those kinds of plays influencing my current decisions, which is I actually think somewhat of an advantage. But people will figure out a meta, I'm sure.
yeah, in a way, it might be a bit better for you if you're newer, if everything's newer, so you don't have to change your perspective so much. You just go with it.
Oh yeah, like having to learn new logic is definitely something that I feel is helping even the playing field at least a little bit, which I personally think is a good thing because you don't, with a group of around this size where there's just a handful of very, very active racers and then a bunch of people who enjoy it but are a bit more casual and are just in the tournament for fun, gives more chances for upsets, which are part of what make randomizer races so exciting, at least to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh well, I don't know if any of you have anything else to say.
Not really. That was fun, and I'm glad I got to finally finish a tournament seed because I didn't take forever to find Phazon. So
All right.
Oh yeah, I do
GG.
have a couple things to say. One is thanks to Sean and Op for commentating and tracking respectively, doing either one as a single person for a race can definitely be really tricky, especially commentating as you're having to pay attention to both things and try to make comments at once. Also,
Yeah,
thanks
tracking is also very difficult.
Oh yeah,
just one
absolutely.
person.
It's easy to miss things, and then if you miss things, it's hard to catch that you missed them later.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, thanks to Azder for being a great competitor. Fun race.
yeah, I think it was. I think this one was kind of more interesting than a lot of the races you might see with the skill gap.
Yeah, so that was the end. Make sure to check out our runners, Azder and MightyCaesar. check out our tracker for tonight, Orbit82. And thank you very much for watching. See you next mission.